Hi, welcome to Explaining Mathematics. Have you got your papers and pencils ready? Today we're going to learn fractions. Learning the basics. Fraction number is used to show a section of a whole. The numerator tells you how many of these equal sections are being utilized. The denominator tells you the number of equal sections a whole is divided into. Let's take a look at this simple example. We have a whole pie. The whole pie is divided into 8 equal pieces. The denominator tells you that a whole pie has been divided into 8 equal pieces. The numerator tells you one of these 8 equal pieces is being taken by your little brother. He had consumed 1/8 of the pie. Here we have a whole. Here the whole is divided into 2 equal sections. The denominator tells you that a whole has been divided into 2 equal sections. The numerator tells you that only one of these 2 equal sections is being utilized. This is called 1/2. Here we have 1 whole. 1 whole is divided into 3 equal sections. The denominator tells you that a whole has been divided into 3 equal sections. The numerator tells you that only one of these 3 equal sections is being utilized. We call these 1/3. We have a whole. A whole is divided into 4 equal sections. The denominator tells you that a whole has been divided into 4 equal sections. The numerator tells you that only one of these 4 equal sections is being utilized. We call these 1/4. Fraction is a whole divided into equal sections. Here we have 1 whole divided into 6 equal sections. The sections represent denominator. Only 2 sections of a whole is shaded. Each section, when shaded, represents numerator. One whole divided into 9 equal sections. Only 4 sections is shaded out of the 9 equal sections. One whole divided into 10 equal sections. Only 3 out of the 10 equal sections is shaded. One whole divided into 8 equal sections. only 5 section is shaded out of 8 equal sections. Equivalent fractions. Equivalent fractions. Here we have a half. 1/2 divide into 2 equal sections equals to 2/4. Now we call these fractions equivalent fractions because 1/2 is equivalent to 2/4. 1/2 divided into 3 equal sections equals to 3/6. 1/2 is equivalent to 2/4 and also is equivalent to 3/6. These fractions are called equivalent fractions because they are the same fractions. 1/2 divided into 4 equal sections equals to 4/8. 1/2, 2/4, 3/6, 4/8. These fractions are called equivalent fractions because they are the same fractions. These fractions are called equivalent fractions because they are the same fractions. Let's take a look at an example. Here we have a 1/3. 1/3 divided into 2 equal sections equals to 2/6. 1/3 divided into 3 equal sections equals to 3/9. 1/2 divided into 4 equal sections equals 4/12. These fractions are called equivalent fractions because they are the same fractions. Let's take a look at another example. We have 1/4. 1/4 divided into 2 equal sections equals to 2/8. 1/4 divided into 3 equal sections equals 3/12. These fractions are called equivalent fractions because they are the same fractions. Reducing fraction to lowest terms. We have a whole divided into 6 equal sections. What fraction number is the pink shaded section of a whole? Remember, sections represents denominator and each section when shaded represents numerator. So we have 6 sections and only 1 section shaded out of the 6 equal sections. One-sixth of a whole is shaded pink. One whole divided into 6 equal sections. What fraction number is the orange shaded section of a whole? Remember, sections represents denominator. Each section when shaded represents numerator. We have 6 equal sections. Only 2 sections shaded orange out of the 6 equal sections. We need to reduce these to lowest terms if necessary. Pick a number that will divide evenly into both the numerator and the denominator, so it can be reduced. So let's pick number 2. Into the numerator, number 2 goes in 1 times. Into the denominator, number 2, it goes in 3 times. 2 6 can be reduced to 1/3. One-third of a whole is shaded orange. A whole divided into 6 equal sections. What fraction number is the green shaded section of a whole? Remember, sections represents denominator. Each section, when shaded, represents numerator. We have 6 equal sections. Only 3 sections shaded green out of the 6 equal sections. Reduce to lowest term if necessary. Pick a number that will divide evenly into both the numerator and denominator so it can be reduced. Let's pick number 3. Into the numerator, 3 goes in 1 time. Into the denominator, 3 goes in 2 times. 3 6 can be reduced to 1/2. One-half of a whole is shaded green. We have one whole divided into 40 equal sections. What fraction number is the green, orange, blue, black, purple, and pink shaded sections of a whole? "20 sections is shaded green out of 40 equal sections." Let's write this to its lowest term. 20 goes into the numerator 1 time, and 20 goes into the denominator 2 times. 20/40 can be reduced to its lowest term to 1/2. Only 8 sections is shaded orange out of 40 equal sections. Let's write this fraction to its lowest term. Into the numerator, 8 goes into 8 1 time. Into the denominator, 8 goes into 40 5 times. 8/40 can be reduced to its lowest term to 1/5. Only 5 sections is shaded in blue out of 40 equal sections. Let's reduce this to its lowest term. Into the numerator, 5 goes in 1 time. Into the denominator, 5 goes into 48 times. 1/8. Only 4 sections is shaded black out of 40 equal sections. Let's write this to its lowest term. 4 goes into numerator 1 time, and 4 goes into the denominator 10 times. 4/40 equals to 1/10. Only 2 sections is shaded purple out of the 40 equal sections. Let's reduce these to its lowest term. Into the numerator, 2 goes in 1 time. Into the denominator, 2 goes into 40 20 times. 1/20. Only 1 section is shaded pink out of the 40 equal sections. 1/40. 1/2 of green. 1/2 is shaded green of 1 whole. 1/5 is shaded orange of 1 whole. 1/8 is shaded blue of 1 whole. 1/10 is shaded black of 1 whole. 1/20 is shaded purple of 1 whole. 1/40 is shaded pink of 1 whole. Decimal, learning the basics. Fraction also might be written in a decimal form. It's called decimal fractions. Decimal point is used to separate a whole from fractional part. Here we have number 0 representing a whole, and it is separated from fractional part by the decimal point. The first number to the right of the decimal point is the fraction with denominator of 10. This is called the tenth. The second number to the right of the decimal point is the fraction with denominator of 100. This is called the hundredth. The third number to the right of the decimal point is the fraction with denominator 1000. This is called the thousands. Changing decimal to fraction. Here we have 0.8. The 0 is the whole, and it's separated from fraction part by the decimal point. Remember, the first number to the right of the decimal point, it's called the tenth. Read it. 8 tenths. 8 tenths. Write it. Remember, the first number to the right of the decimal point is a fraction with denominator of 10. Write it 8 tenths. Reduce to lowest term if necessary. Into the numerator 2, it goes in 4 times. Into the denominator 2, it goes in 5 times. 8/10 can be reduced to 4/5. We have a whole number 0 separated from the fractional part by a decimal point. Hundredths. Read it. 15 hundredths. 15 hundredths. Write it. Remember, the second number to the right of the decimal point is a fraction with denominator of 100. 15 hundredths. 15 hundredths. Reduce to lowest term if necessary. Into the numerator 5, it goes in 3 times. Into the denominator 5, it goes in 20 times. 3/20. 3/20. We have a whole number 0 separated from the fractional part by a decimal point. Thousands. Read it. 125 thousands. 125 thousands. Write it. Remember, the third number right of the decimal point is the fraction with denominator of 1,000. 125 thousands. Reduce to lowest term if necessary. Into the numerator 125, it goes in 1 time. Into the denominator 125, it goes in 8 times. 1/8. Changing fraction to decimal. Some fractions can be easily converted to decimal with no calculator. If the fractions is as fraction out of 10, fraction out of 100, fraction out of 1,000, etc. Let's take a look at this example. This is a fraction out of 10. We read it as 7/10. 7 can be written as 7.0. 10 has 1 0. We move the decimal point 1 time to the left. Fraction 7/10 equal to 0.7. This is a fraction out of 100. We read it 31 hundredths. 31 can be written as 331.0. 100 has 2 0. Move the decimal point 2 times to the left. Fraction 31 hundredths equal to 0.31. This is a fraction out of 1,000. We read it 12,000. 12 can be written as 12.0. 1,000 has 3 zeros. So we move the decimal point 3 times to the left. Fraction 12,000 equal to 0.012. To change a fraction to a decimal, simply do what the operation says. Example, we can just use a calculator and just punch the numbers in calculator and see what the answers are. Here simply we punch in a calculator 13 divided by 20 and minus 2 divided by 9, and we simply get the answers. And that's how you use a calculator to divide fraction to decimal. End of this class. Please proceed to next topic or class in our channel's playlist. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed and find this class helpful, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share with your friends. And kindly drop us a cool comment. Bye for now.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.